Hi everyone, it's lovely to see you. I'm Lorna and today we are going to read a story. Today we are reading Paddington and the Christmas Visitor, written by Timothy Knapman and illustrated by Becky Cameron. It was Paddington's first Christmas Eve with the Browns. Jonathan was showing him how to decorate the Christmas tree and telling him all about Santa Claus. He wears a big red coat, has a fluffy beard, and if you've been good, he brings you loads of presents, Jonathan said. But if you've been naughty... Naughty, gulped Paddington, looking worried. That night, Paddington tossed and turned. He hadn't meant to drop Judy's phone in the bath or cover Mr. Brown in cranberry sauce and icing sugar. And then there was the dreadful business with Mrs. Bird and the marmalade. No, please don't put me on your naughty list, he cried out in his sleep. Suddenly, on the roof above, there was a thud. Santa Claus, cried Paddington, sitting upright. Paddington knew that if he just explained things, Santa would understand. So he hurried over to the window and flung it open. There was a loud thwack. Paddington found a man on the roof rubbing his head. I'm terribly sorry, he said, but are you Santa Claus? Ouch, said the man. He didn't look exactly like the pictures Paddington had seen, but he did have a red coat, a fluffy beard, and a big bag of presents. Paddington recognised the name on one of the presents. This is for my friend Alice at number 72, he said. She'll love it. Come on, Mr. Claus, I'll show you the way. And he took the man's hand. Said the man as he rubbed his head again. Paddington led him across the rooftops to Alice's house. Is it hard finding somewhere to park your sleigh in London? He asked. Huh? Said the man. He was feeling a bit confused. In the sack, Paddington also found presents for Alice's mother, father, Auntie Kate and pet guinea pig Emperor Nibbles. They're going to be so happy, he said, and he laid all the presents out under their Christmas tree. Hang on a minute, cried the man. You're quite right, said Paddington. It would be rude to leave without eating these delicious mince pies. Together they delivered presents to every house in Windsor Gardens. When they'd finished, they were so full of mince pies they could hardly walk. How are we going to get home? Said Paddington. Said the man through a particularly tasty mouthful of mince pie. He was starting to enjoy himself. Then Paddington spotted something through the window. Let's take your sleigh, Paddington cried, and he went scrambling up the drain pipe. Said the man. He swallowed the mince pie hastily and clambered after the small bear. Sleigh, he exclaimed. Paddington was just making himself comfortable when the sleigh started to slip. No, yelled the man. He jumped in next to Paddington and tried to stop it sliding off the roof, but he was too late. Here we go, said Paddington. Ah, said the man. He shut his eyes and waited for the crash. But when he opened his eyes again, they were flying. Paddington's new friend was so relieved he burst out laughing. Ho, ho, ho. Then the truck made a sudden stop, sending them flying off into a big soft snowdrift. That was fun, exclaimed Paddington. Thank you, Mr. Claus. It was magical, said the man, and he realised, to his surprise, that he meant it. Look, Mr. Claus, said Paddington, We're just in time for the best bit. Through the window, they watched Alice unwrap her Christmas present, and as she danced with delight, a great big tear rolled down the man's cheek. "Don't cry," said Paddington. "Oh, I almost forgot. Merry Christmas, Mr. Claus." He took off his hat and reached inside. "Here," he said, bringing out a marmalade sandwich. But that just made his friend cry even more. "Don't you like marmalade sandwiches?" asked Paddington. "I love them," he said. "Thank you, little bear. You've helped me to understand what Christmas is really about. Merry Christmas." "Goodbye, Mr. Claus," said Paddington, and he raised his hat. "Merry Christmas." The end. See you next time.